since you're more advanced, I'm going to show you how to do crossover braids, okay? That was my beginning class. So I'm just going to take this down. And so this hair is pretty straight. Sometimes you may come across hair that is not so straight, and you might want to just blow dry the hair out and make it a little bit straighter. So it all just depends on you and your braided style. What I'm going to do is just section off this hair. I'm going to brush it out. Section a piece off, maybe about this much. I'm parting it right where the tip of the ear is where I'm parting it at, just to make sure it's even on both sides. I'm just going to show you on this side, but normally when you're parting straight across, you'll make sure it's ear to ear, that you know it's even. Just gonna part it. I'm gonna make the braids pretty big so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take this rubber band and I'm just going to section off the back of the hair, just so it won't be in the way. Okay. Now, you want to make sure the parts are straight, so you want to take your time and make sure the parts are straight. You don't want crooked parts. I'm not going to worry about the parting right up in here because I'm just showing you. So we're just going to part this. So now what I want to make is 4 sections, okay? So I'm going to make another part right here. Okay. Like I say, I'm making these braids big. I normally make them small, but I want you to really see what I'm doing. Make a part right here. Okay. I'm just going to twist this out of the way. Out the way. Twist it out the way because you don't want the hair to get tangled back up. So now I'm just going to follow this part on over and make sure that it's even. So I'm just going to come straight through here and put another part right up in here. Okay. board sections. Okay, so now I'm going to twist this. I'm gonna come up here and twist this out the way. And you don't necessarily have to twist it out the way. You can use a clip or something like that. Okay. So I do have a clip. And I am going to clip it out the way. Now we have our board sections. And we have two sections out the way. So now we're working with this first section and this back section. Now some people use edge booster to kind of go between the parts. I'm not going to do that. And what this do is just help. It just helps the parts to be straight, and it smells really good. But I'm not going to use this today. I'm just going to brush it up more, and I'm just going to braid these sections together. I'm just going to take this section right here and I'm going to braid it back into this one. And when you're braiding, remember you don't want to braid too tight. Okay, it don't look like I'll section it off that good. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and braid it. And I'm not pulling too tight. I'm not pulling tight at all because you don't want your client's scalp to turn red or have sores or anything. So you don't want to pull too tight. It'll be very uncomfortable to them. So just want to take it and braid. And you kind of want to come through so you won't get any knots or tangles. So I'm just pulling through, going straight through, so there's no knots and tangles. We're gonna come all the way back. His hair's still in the way. Yeah, see what I mean? You end up getting knots and you don't want that. Okay, so I'm just pulling it through and I'm gonna bring it back. And braids is a good protective style, so it's very good. It lasts, depending on how you braid, it lasts a good while. I'm gonna just braid this on down. Okay. Braid this on down. Okay, so you see how this braid is going. So now I'm gonna take the other side and I'm gonna untwist this. Let's untwist it. Get this side. I stated you don't want to braid tight. do to make them smaller is make smaller parts. So instead of doing it this wide, you may want to do it this wide and make the same 4 sections. And when you make the same 4 sections and do the crossover, it'll just be smaller braids. Until these braids are not tight at all. So that's what you want. You want the appearance of tight braids, which is just neat braids, right? So you want the appearance of neat braids, but you do not, I repeat, you do not want to make these braids so tight. If you want to do this completely throughout the hair, you'll just finish it and do whatever style in the back that you want to do. So normally on my clients, I would do like a curl in the back. So I complete the whole thing and curl it back. That's a very good look for the summertime as well as the winter. But like styles like this, you can still go to the gym. You can actually still swim with braids, all type of stuff. So I really love the braiding hairstyles. That's why I teach it. And I hope you learn how to do crossover braids. And if you have any questions about these braids, then just make sure you contact me. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the class. See you in the next one.